Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on the Steam Deck. Can this ambitious RPG deliver a smooth experience on Valve's handheld? With its vast open world, realistic combat, and stunning visuals, performance is key to enjoying Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on the Steam Deck. In this test, I pushed the game across different settings and upscaling options to see how well it runs, and in the second part of the video, I'll give you a short review of the game itself. Let's dive right in. First, I tested the game on low settings without any upscaling. Surprisingly, it performs quite well, delivering between 35 and 50 FPS. The game still looks fantastic even on low settings, with detailed environments and realistic lighting. However, occasional frame drops can make combat feel a bit sluggish, especially in dense areas. Next, I enabled FSR 3.1 in quality mode, still on low settings. Performance sees a noticeable boost, now hovering between 50 and 60 FPS with occasional dips. The best part? The visual difference compared to no upscaling is barely noticeable. This already makes for a solid experience, though there are still some fluctuations. Switching to FSR 3.1 in balanced mode, frame rates increase to 60 to 70 FPS. The game remains visually impressive, though if you look closely, you might start noticing some upscaling artifacts. This is a strong contender for the best balance between performance and visuals. Pushing further, FSR 3.1 in performance mode takes frame rates up to 75 FPS. However, at this point, upscaling artifacts become more obvious, and the overall image quality suffers. While the extra frames help responsiveness, the trade-off in visuals makes this mode less appealing. Moving up to medium settings without upscaling, performance drops to 30 to 35 FPS. The game looks noticeably better compared to low, with enhanced textures and lighting. However, the drop in frame rate is significant, making gameplay feel less smooth. Enabling FSR 3.1 in quality mode improves performance to 40 to 45 FPS. This results in a much smoother experience, and the upscaling remains barely noticeable. This is a great option for those who want better visuals without sacrificing too much performance. With FSR 3.1 in balanced mode, performance increases to 45 to 50 frames per second. The experience remains smooth, though upscaling artifacts become more noticeable if you focus on details. Pushing to FSR 3.1 in performance mode, frame rates rise to 45 to 55 FPS. However, there's a catch. The game warns about menu flickering in this mode. While not game-breaking, it's distracting. The visual quality also takes a hit, making this mode less desirable. Stepping up to high settings, performance drops further to 25 to 30 FPS. The game looks incredible, but the low frame rate makes it hard to enjoy. Without upscaling, this setting is not ideal for the Steam Deck. With FSR 3.1 in quality mode, frame rates hover around 30 FPS. While this might be playable for some, performance can dip further in complex scenes, making it less than ideal. Enabling FSR 3.1 in balanced mode pushes frame rates to 35 FPS. While the game remains beautiful, performance is still inconsistent and the upscaling is more noticeable. With FSR 3.1 in performance mode, frame rates rise to 35 to 40 FPS. However, menu flickering returns and visual quality drops significantly. While technically playable, it's not the best experience. Finally, I tested ultra settings without any upscaling. The result, under 20 frames per second. The game looks breathtaking, but at this point it's simply not playable. Even with FSR 3.1 in performance mode, the game struggles to reach 20 to 25 FPS. This confirms that ultra settings are out of the question for Steam Deck users. For the sake of completeness, let's test the experimental settings. Now it turns into a slideshow with under 10 FPS without upscaling and 10 to 15 FPS in FSR 3.1 performance mode. Of course, this was expected with such high settings. And now, my recommended settings. For the best experience, I recommend either the low settings with FSR 3.1 in quality mode and a 45 FPS cap. This delivers relatively stable 45 frames per second in most game scenes, while maintaining excellent visual quality. Or you can use the medium settings with FSR 3.1 quality mode and a 30 FPS cap. If you don't mind 30 FPS gameplay, this offers a visually stunning experience while keeping performance stable. With both of these settings, you can expect 2 to 2.5 hours of battery life. For those looking to maximize battery life, use the low settings with FSR 3.1 in performance mode and 30 FPS cap. The game remains visually appealing while extending playtime to nearly 3 hours on a full charge. Plus, there's extra GPU headroom for handling more demanding scenes. Now that we've covered the performance, let's move on to my short review of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. As a huge fan of the first Kingdom Come Deliverance, I was beyond excited when the sequel was finally announced. So, does it live up to expectations? The visuals have seen a major upgrade. The world is even more detailed than the already stunning environments of the first game. There's so much to explore, and this time, the world is split across 2 massive maps, each as large as the entire map from the first game. The story picks up right where the first game left off, seamlessly continuing Henry's journey. The narrative is just as engaging, pulling you right back into the world, making it nearly impossible to put the game down. Gameplay improvements are also noticeable. Combat, whether with a sword or another weapon, feels more accessible while still retaining the challenge that made it so satisfying in the first game. It hasn't been dumbed down, but refined to be more intuitive and fluid. Minigames make a return, with familiar mechanics like potion brewing alongside some new ones. They remain well designed and easy to understand, even for newcomers. Overall, I haven't had this much fun with a game in a long time. Every aspect of the original has been improved upon, making Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 a strong contender for multiple Game of the Year awards. For me, it's an easy 10 out of 10 and a must-buy for RPG fans. Will you buy Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and what do you expect? Or have you already played it? And which settings worked best for you? What was your experience like? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Steam Deck performance reviews. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.